Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Welcome silver stackers across the globe. Today, we're going to kick back, just talk about silver, talk about the market, what I think about it, what you think about it, because this will be a conversation. I want you guys to comment down below, talk to each other in the comment section, really just talk about silver and where we think, the price stands right now, the market stands, everything. So I think this is going to be a really fun video. This could also be a very educational and informational video, because you might say something in the comments that someone else reads and never thought of, or maybe I make a point that you never thought of. Maybe you make a point that I never thought of, right? We're all in this together. Some of you know a lot more than I do, and it's really not about that. It's really just sharing our own opinions, our own insight, our own perspective in a respective manner, right? So before we jump into this, I did start a second channel. If you guys want to check out some of my personal silver stack, I just posted like 100+ ounces of my stack. Some of my coins out there, just messing around with it. I have some unboxings on there, some really rare coins, a whole bunch of stuff. Some of my favorite coins. Just if you want to see some of my personal stuff, check out that channel. I also am doing my 45,000 subscriber giveaway very soon, so make sure you're subscribed, because you don't want to miss that entry video or the 47 or 50K entry video either. I also have my PayPal link in the description and my Bitcoin address. If you want to support the channel one step further, just being here honestly is more than enough. But if you want to be generous and, thanks for all the hard work that I put in these videos, you can. So where do you guys think the price of silver stands right now? Do you think that 27, mid to high $27 is a fair price right now? Or do you think it's extremely undervalued? Right now, it's interesting to look at, because if we're going to compare $50 silver to last time silver hit $50, there are a lot of similar comparisons. Back then, it went from $9 in 2008 to $50 in 2011. So last March, we saw $11 silver. So if we're looking at the comparisons, it would still take 2 years for silver to hit $50. But back then, even though it is identical to what's happening now, it's a lot more extreme nowadays. Back then was billion-dollar stimulus. Nowadays, it's trillion-dollar stimulus. Back then, recession/depression. Nowadays, recession/depression. Back then, right, we had a very similar scenario to now, but we also have a global pandemic now. But we also have a lot of silver that's going to be needed for these technological advances that we didn't have back then. We also have Wall Street silver that is, bringing in thousands or hundreds of thousands of, not hundreds of thousands, hundreds or thousands of people a day. I mean, they almost have 100,000 members on the Reddit forum within just a couple of months. So silver is definitely more relative. It's in the spotlight, and those things could be huge factors for affecting the price. Silver is a much smaller market than gold. I don't think people realize how much smaller of a market silver is than gold. That's why silver is more volatile. So I think right now, $27, $28, if we're comparing it to last time silver hit $50, it's probably right on the money. But I definitely think that silver is going to start taking on a life of its own, and I actually think it's already happened. You want to know why? Because American Eagles have $15 premiums. Silver's scarce. Silver's actually more rare than gold right now. So if we're looking at silver's price right now, in May 2021, by the end of the year, I definitely think if silver breaks through $30 in the next couple of months, we're going to see high $30 silver. Citibank, Bank of America, the Dutch Bank, a whole bunch of people, even Goldman Sachs and even the Silver Institute themselves have all called for $50 silver by the end of the year. Now, that's extremely bullish, right? If silver breaks through that extremely resistant $50 level, the sky's the limit, because that would be the all-time highest price. News articles would be talking about it. Friends, family, your dog, your cat, your neighbor, everyone would be aware of silver, and that would cause a major flood into silver. And since it's a much smaller market than gold, it would definitely affect the price to a much larger extent. So we really have all these different scenarios. Now, regardless of what happens, silver for the medium to long term is definitely going to be, coming out on top. Astronomical prices, and we have evidence of that, especially as the dollar keeps weakening, as we keep printing off more money, right? It's only going to weaken the dollar, and that's only going to be bullish for gold and silver. So it's really just determining when all of these things are going to be put in place and when it's actually going to start happening. When are we going to need all this silver for the Green New Deal? When are we going to need all this silver for the solar panels and for these electric vehicles, where every car company is going to be an electric vehicle company by 2030, they're saying? So, a whole bunch of more silver than right now is going to be needed. And when that starts to kick into play, when the dollar keeps weakening and that affects precious metals prices, that's going to kick into play, right? When we look at all these things combined, once they all start to kind of trickle in and translate into silver prices, I think that's when we're going to see these high silver prices. But until then, yes, we're starting to see some of the side effects of inflation. We're starting to see some of the side effects of this massive overprinting and overspending of money. But we still have a long way to go. But this would, if you compare it back to 2008, is right on track. $11 or $9 silver back in 2008, 2009, 10, and then $50 silver. Nowadays, 2020, we saw $11 silver. Now 2021, 2022, and 2023 would lead to $50 silver. But this pandemic has sped things up times 10. So we can't expect it to take 3 years again like it did back then. Because with this global pandemic, things are going to be sped up tenfold. So our strategy that we would be applying has to kind of come to an urgent stop. And we have to be on our toes. We definitely have to be aware a lot faster. Even if this global pandemic wasn't happening, I would still be sitting here making a video today talking about silver's potential, talking about why you need silver. But with this global pandemic, now we really have to tie our boots up and really be ready. And are you ready? A lot of us just came into the silver market. A lot of us just started stacking. Do you have enough silver? Is 100 ounces enough for silver? I made a video a couple months about that question. And to read the comments, it's very, I guess it really, there's no right or wrong answer. It depends. It depends what you think is profitable. I mean, it depends how much profit you are willing to take, or that you want to take, or what your goal is, or what your selling time frame is, or what the price is that you started buying silver, or how much silver you have, or your financial situation, or your exit strategy. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons why people stack. Some people stack never to sell. They're going to pass down to the kids and grandkids. Some people are only in this for a couple years, quick flippers. Some people aren't planning on selling for 10, 15 years like me. So when you're looking at the price right now, is silver's price even relevant today? I mean, yes, it goes up or down, but whether it goes up a couple dollars or down a couple dollars, in the grand scheme of things, that's nothing. Because if you understand silver's true value to the dollar, then no amount of fiat could ever amount to an ounce of silver. If we could speed up 50 years from now and look back on today's time, we would be kicking ourselves in the butt saying, how stupid was I for not realizing that $28 for an ounce of silver was a steal. Just like people that see Bitcoin when it was like $20 a Bitcoin, now it's sitting at, $35,000, $40,000. People are like, man, I should have bought up a whole bunch of Bitcoin. And it's like, right now, we still have that chance. $200 Bitcoin is basically translates to $28 silver. We still have that opportunity right now. It's almost like we're time traveling, but we're in the moment before it's happened, because we know silver's true value. It's blatantly obvious. So yeah, prices right now, I think, with given the extent, it probably should be a little higher. It probably should be around $35. It should have broke through $30, around $35, but there is a lot of manipulation going on, and there is a lot of selling. I mean, we last year, if you would have told me that silver would be $28, I would be shocked. $28 silver is not normal. You know what the normal price of silver is? $15, $20. 95% in the last decade, or what was it was something like 95% in the last century or decade or something. Silver's been $15 to $20 average, right? I've been posting videos since 2015, and I remember when silver hit $21 in 2016, I was shocked. That was high, but nowadays, $28 silver almost seems low. We get desensitized to these prices. It's crazy to think about the days of $24, $25 silver are over, when before we would be mind blown to see $25 silver when we were so desensitized to these lower prices. Yes, we know it should be higher, but it's just not a price that we were comfortable with, that we were used to, right? Of course, we knew that silver should be more than 28, but we just have never seen that, especially if you haven't been stacking since 2011. If you started anytime after 2011 and you've seen these very bearish prices, you just don't expect, or you're not used to seeing silver hit around $30. Now, yes, and if you're looking at the all-time high, that's still extremely low, but I do see a gradual approach coming on. $50 silver didn't last too long because it really picked up, right in the end. It just started skyrocketing out of nowhere. If it goes up, 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 it's going to crash, 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 crash. It has to be a gradual approach. Some ups and some downs. Up a little bit more, down a little bit. Up a little higher, down a little bit. Up. And it should look like a gradually appreciating line, not just a line straight up like Bitcoin back in 2017 when it hit $18,000, starting from like 5,000. That's why Bitcoin crashed so hard, and it took several years for it to even start to gain some traction again. See, if we want silver to stay at $50, we need it to be a gradual approach. And that's why corrections, that's why sell-offs are actually healthy. It needs to go down for the price to actually go up. That sounds so contradicting, but it is so true. So anyways, what do you think about the markets right now? What do you think about the price of silver? What do you think about $50 silver? When do you think that's going to happen? I think this is a great discussion, a great topic, and this could give a lot of insight and just a lot of awareness. And some of you that do have different ideas and different, perception of this, and everyone has, every stacker can bring something new to the table, even if you're a beginner. It's just a beautiful thing, and I want my comment section to be flooded with these with your output, your opinion. Be respectful though. Everyone, we're all on the same team, right? We all are sharing our same passion. So liking and commenting definitely does help the video a lot. I really want videos like this to do well because I want more people to see it in return, more people to comment, and we can all hear what they have to say. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was 1, educational, 2, informational, 3, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Doing my 45,000 subscriber silver giveaway pretty soon. Stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss it. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.